welcome in for another evening of TPI News. I'm Santana Wood.
And I'm Amy Passaretti. Coming up tonight, we have the general election registration deadlines, COVID changes in Tallapoosa County schools, Wetumpka honors breast cancer awareness with Pink Walk, and a preview of weekend sports.
Monday is the last day to register to vote for the November 3rd general election. Voter registration forms can be picked up at your local Board of Registrar's office or filled out online. Tallapoosa County so far has seen the same number of absentee ballots this year as the last presidential election, which was record-breaking. October 29th is the last day to apply for an absentee ballot. This can be done through the Circuit Clerk's office or the Alabama Secretary of State's website.
There is a local amendment returning to the general election ballot concerning Tallapoosa County. Willow Point is trying to create a private road maintenance district. If this passes, no public funds will go into maintaining the roads. It will only come from Willow Point residents. If it does not pass, the roads could become county roads at some point. Voters were split in March as nearly 52% voted against the amendment and 48% voted to pass the amendment.
Wetumpka's annual Pink Walk took place today at noon. The event is hosted by the City of Wetumpka and the Joy to Life Foundation. During the event, participants learned about the Joy to Life Foundation from representatives, heard from breast cancer survivor Donna Hall, and took part in a walk along the river, followed by a balloon release in honor of survivors and in remembrance of those who lost their lives to the disease. We are going to take a quick break, and we will be back with updates on COVID procedures in schools.
Welcome back. Tallapoosa's downtown sidewalk sale is taking place this Saturday from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Carmen Rogers sat down with Tallahassee Chamber Director Jerry Cunningham about the importance of local shopping events.
Hello everyone, I'm Carmen Rogers at the Tallahassee Tribune. It's gearing up to be a big weekend in our little city as the Tallahassee Chamber of Commerce, along with the Tallahassee Community Development Corporation, have planned the downtown sidewalk sale for this Saturday beginning at 8 a.m.
It's a good way for our local vendors who are actually downtown to get people down here to see them, but also we'll have about 30 vendors, and we'll have Ann Street closed, we'll have food, the War food truck will be here. Right across the street we have Louis Snow Cones, and we're going to have a bouncy house this week. But you know, a lot of local vendors will come, people just come and, you know, get an opportunity to see downtown and to kind of get used to seeing what's down here. Also, we got a concert on Saturday night, 7 o'clock. The War food truck will be here as well. They'll start serving about 5 probably that afternoon. Some of the local establishments will also be open at least an hour before. Then we have a concert at 7 right in front of Studio B, you know, in front of their studio right there in the sidewalk. The concert's free of charge. People would bring their own chairs. But anyway, the sidewalk sales from 8 to 1, and then the concert's at 7 o'clock. The other thing, we'll have the Tallahassee Falls Museum will be open. Also, Sistrunk, you can actually go around the Sistrunk, and it'll be open as well. So we're not going to move her down here. Let people actually go toward her shop, and then Restoration 49, which is right down on King Street in Ann, they're going to be giving away some free coffee on Saturday. So an opportunity for you to go in and kind of see the place. So a lot going on. Yeah, people need to come down and see what it's about.
Thank you, Mr. Cunningham, and thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm Carmen Rogers reporting for Tallapoosa Publishers.
There have been a few changes to COVID-19 related guidelines at some area schools. In Alexander City, Superintendent Dr. Keith Langford explained the new guideline is if a student comes to show sudden onset loss of taste or smell, that's the only major symptom that will trigger nurses and administrative staff to begin close contact listing. Previously, any students in contact with the symptomatic student would be sent home as well. This change was made by a recommendation from the CDC. Langford said this is a way to keep more kids in the school building, which is the goal.
Tallapoosa County Schools will be releasing its continuous COVID-19 data as it pertains to the schools on its website. This includes a bi-weekly update on students and faculty who have tested positive or quarantined, when they came out of quarantine, and more. Superintendent Joe Wendell said it's the best way to remain transparent and offer the public the same information that they receive.
New Style Church pastor Ivan Harris has been coordinating with food distributors to collect boxed food for the community. On Wednesday, roughly 25 volunteers were at the Laurel Heights area of Alexander City helping to unload the 18-wheeler packed with pallets, pull shrink wrap off the boxes, and put the food in cars driving by. Harris has been hosting food drives since July and hopes to continue this ministry. He is seeking volunteers to ensure the program is able to keep going. The next food drive will be at 9 a.m. Wednesday at 694 Ann Street, and residents can drive by to pick up boxes of meat, dairy, produce, and more.
We are going to take a quick break and come back with some area sports.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
I'm Caleb Turntime with the Wetumpka Herald, and I am here with Ryan Gallagher of Alex City Outlook, and we are here to talk about some high school sports. A very busy week for the two of us, so let's get started with some high school volleyball, which started postseason play this week.
Yeah, Dadeville ended Reeltown's season over in 3A volleyball with a win against them, and they are now advancing to Mobile to take on St. Luke's. We also got Horseshoe Bend at home taking on Washington County tomorrow. And then also today we have Central Coosa traveling to Orange Beach and taking on Orange Beach High School. Should be fun. Like I just said, Reeltown season is effectively over, as well as Benjamin Russell's, who was beaten by one of your teams, actually.
That's right, over here in the Class 6A Area 5 tournament. Wetumpka ended up winning it, claiming their fourth straight area tournament championship. They defeated Stanhope Elmore in the final, and Stanhope Elmore actually knocked out Benjamin Russell in that first round game to end the Wildcat season. Both Stanhope Elmore and Wetumpka will advance to the sub-regional round, which is on Friday. Wetumpka hosts St. James, while Stanhope Elmore goes on the road to play Carver Montgomery. Elmore County was another team that grabbed an area championship, their 11th consecutive area tournament title.
Wow.
They defeated Marbury in the championship. They will host Charles Henderson on Saturday at noon in a weekend volleyball match. Holtville and Tallahassee both saw their seasons end in the first round of their area tournaments. Meanwhile, Edgewood will also start their postseason play next week when they will host the first round of the region tournament before getting ready for the Elite Eight, which will be played in Montgomery.
Now we're going to shift over to some high school football with the Tallapoosa Publishers Player of the Week, and that is one of your guys over down there. Who was that, Caleb?
Wetumpka's Brandon Bowman. He was all over the place in Thursday's win over Chilton County. He's a wide receiver who threw 2 touchdown passes and rushed for a touchdown. He also caught a touchdown, but it was called back due to an eligible receiver downfield. But he was all over the place, and Wetumpka certainly likes it to use him in multiple ways, and they got to do that against the Tigers.
Well, speaking of Chilton County, Benjamin Russell is going to be going over there and traveling to Clanton. Benjamin Russell's still winless on the season, taking on a Chilton County team that's only 1-6. And it's a Chilton County team that's been shut out a couple times. So this is a chance for Benjamin Russell to finally get a win on the schedule that they desperately need. Also got Dadeville and Reeltown. That's the game I'm going to be at tomorrow night, and we'll be hosting Inside the Lines live at 6 p.m. from there.
Right.
55th matchup between these two schools. Story rivalry, more on the line than ever with Reeltown being in 3A now. Playoff implications for both teams on the line with this game. We'll talk about it more tomorrow, but it's just a real interesting matchup that dates back a long time. Also got Horseshoe Bend traveling to Ranburne. Ranburne 2-6, Horseshoe Bend 1-6. Both teams hungry to finish out the season strong, and especially after being shut out last week, Horseshoe Bend's got a lot to prove. And then finally, we got Central Coosa, who's finally getting back on the field after taking 2 weeks off, and they're going to be playing Isabella. Isabella, a really good football team. Central Coosa hasn't played that many games this year, so it's going to be interesting to see what they look like with freshman quarterback Majavius Culpepper, who was our player of the week just a couple weeks ago as a freshman. And so it'll be interesting to see what they're going to do on the field with a limited season. What other games we got going on in Elmore County?
Well, like you mentioned, playoff implications all over the place this week. So whether you're playing spoiler or keeping someone from the playoffs or trying to get the playoffs yourself, there's a lot of important games. Starting with Wetumpka, who is hosting Calera. Those are the last two teams fighting for the final playoff spot in that Region 3. Wetumpka can clinch with a victory, and they could be right there in the chance to get second place in the region to host a playoff game. Meanwhile, Stanhope Elmore, who's also still fighting for that number 2 seed, will go to Helena on Friday night in a game with two teams above 500. Two teams have already clinched playoff spots, so that should be a good one. Elmore County is back in play after 2 weeks off due to a bye week and obviously them having to cancel that trip to Sylacauga a couple of weeks ago. They are back. They will host Beauregard on Friday night. And then Edgewood is going a little bit east to face off with Springwood in their final region game. Their region standing might be more decided by another game in that region this week, but they still need to win to be able to have a chance at that 2 seed in a home playoff game. But other than that, we're gonna be all over the place with these playoff implications, and obviously we're gonna get to talk a lot more about that tomorrow night because we don't have the time to right now.
Right, we're going to talk about that, like you said, tomorrow night, Inside the Lines live at 6 p.m. You can also follow us on Twitter with the hashtag TPI Preps to follow along with the games. Me, Caleb, Kamari, we're always keeping y'all updated with whatever game that we're at throughout the night. That's going to wrap it up for us. We're going to send it back over to you, ladies. Reporting for Tallapoosa Publishers, I'm Ryan Gallagher. That's Caleb Turrentine. You guys have a blessed night.
Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Again, I'm Santana Wood alongside Amy Passaretti. Y'all have a good night.